they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman pikin dey the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun the command of the masses. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun diary politico. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Mayegun làwa mọ̀.
Hello there.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀, àmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary, diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Godfatherism.
Buhari has signed the 2023 budget of enslavement, and there's difference between finished and completely finished. Buhari just signed your finished economy budget into law. I think I should show you or probably share with you, what does this actually mean to you? The last cash out. Call it the last cash out.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, lórí YouTube, and yes, Baba Bewure, and yes.
Also tonight, the clownery continued. In this time around, it's Edo in Benin, where Kolu, Oshiomhole, and the rest of them were on circus display. We'll go to Benin at some point on this program. But let's start first. Buhari just signed a 21.85 trillion naira budget, which, according to them, will be running on a deficit of 12 trillion naira. Now, Nigeria is expecting to probably generate 9 trillion from that money, right? Which is somehow, impossible too. But nevertheless, they still expect that they would probably generate that much. But they wrote a budget, they've passed a budget of 21.8 trillion, which means they would then have to go out there and borrow another 12 or more trillion. What are those things in that budget? Let's first hear from Buhari, who signed it into law, as they love to call it. One sec. Right.
Okay. With the deed now done, we can return to our seats, and Mr. President will make his remarks. Let's.
House of Assembly, members of the National Assembly, honorable ministers, the Secretary to the Government, the Chief of Staff, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to sign into law today the 2023 Appropriation Bill, the eighth and final annual budget of this administration, along with the 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Bill, principally to enable us to respond to the havoc which the recent nationwide floods did to our infrastructure and agricultural sectors. I would like to sincerely thank the Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and all the distinguished honorable leaders and members of the National Assembly for the expeditious consideration and passage of the appropriation bill. As I mentioned during the presentation of the 2023 appropriation bill, early passage of the budget proposal is critical to ensure effective delivery of our legacy projects, a smooth transition program, and effective takeoff of the incoming administration. I appreciate the firm commitment of the Ninth National Assembly to the restoration of a predictable January to December fiscal year, as well as the mutual understanding, collaboration, and engagements between officials of the executive and the legislature and the legislative arms of government. These have made the quick consideration and passage of our fiscal bills possible over the last 4 years. The finance bill.
We have a long night, so don't let me start boring you with things like that. So, layman to layman, ladies and gentlemen, after the murderous, bloody, most corrupt tenure or 7 years of APC, Egbekegbe Buhari, this final budget is called Final Cash Out. In that budget, in part, they are going to use 6.5 trillion naira, 6.5 trillion naira to service debts. They are going to use almost, 3.6 trillion naira to pay for subsidy. They are going to use, them in their own ass old rock. And here is another twist. When Buhari submitted his budget proposal, it was a total of 20.5 trillion. In fact, it was 16.5 trillion naira. Then they said, what are we going to do about this last cash out on subsidy? For the first time, these criminals, they put a budget of 4 trillion together to pay for subsidy of fuel in Nigeria. If that should be the case, then move the budget to 20.5 trillion. That was what Buhari submitted. Now, within a space of 2 months, when these criminals will return back to their main criminal Buhari, they returned a budget of 21.85 trillion. extra 1.3 trillion has been padded into it. Trillion naira, trillion, oh, not million, oh, not 1.3 million, oh, not 1.3 billion, oh, not 130 billion, oh, 1.3 trillion naira. So that's the budget that Buhari is signing. And when they finished, Lawan and then Gbajabiamule, very happy, elated. They are going back to review the loan for Nigeria, the loan request of Buhari, so that in the next 5-6 months, they can complete the wipeout. And according to the Debt Management Office in Nigeria, Nigeria debt is going to become 77 trillion naira. The World Bank has also raised alarm that the inflation in Nigeria that is contributing to the worst hardship many of you are currently experiencing is due to this unbacked loan, unguaranteed loan, which was the money printed by Emefiole, 22 trillion naira, printed for Buhari without collateral, no intention of paying back. Shebi, you think you have seen Shege? I will advise you to get ready for the real Shege. I'm coming back. Lawan, very happy.
The response is, first of all, let me thank the Almighty God for witnessing today. The signing of the 2023 appropriation bill by Mr. President today marked the 4th consecutive signing of the annual appropriations passed by the National Assembly, the 9th National Assembly. And I will take the opportunity to congratulate and commend members of the National Assembly for this feat. When we came in, we promised that we are going to pass the budgets, the annual budgets, before the end of each year. And we have kept that promise by the grace of God. Nothing can be better than this, because this is one feat that has influenced even states. Many states rush to ensure that they pass and assent to their annual budgets before the end of the year. And of course, the economy takes the positive aspect of the initial the implementation of the budgets that start normally from January. So we are very grateful to Almighty God that that has happened. Secondly, let me also say that the reform in bringing the MTF, FSP, the budget, the appropriation bill, the finance bill, I think it's a worthwhile development that should be continued. We haven't done as we would have wished to do, but I think at the risk of sounding immodest, the 9th National Assembly has passed the MTF, FSP at a normal time, passed the appropriation bill, passed the finance bill, and of course we are very glad that we have been able to do that.
Do you want me to also explain something to you in layman to layman language? Nigeria, as these people have done, is bankrupt already. They might tell you that they've got this bond, they have that bond, blah, 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 this or that. Or, you know what I mean? Nigeria, as it is right now, is already bankrupted by these criminals. And no thanks to that rogue that just finished talking. The rubber stamp Senate President of Nigeria. You know what they are doing? They said, internationally, me, I am not an economist too. Okay? I understand when a system is robbing me, and the criminals who are robbing me are not even actually that smart. It is just the system that gave people like them the chance to rob me. So it's painful in a way. So I'm not an economist, and I know when to scream when I am being screwed. They said internationally, the deficit of every national budget in any country that is not in trouble, okay? They say if your deficit, if you write a budget now, that means you must have a means of funding your lifestyle, your budget, okay? Now, if you then have to write your budget and you realize that you don't have enough money to execute it, and you have no chance of creating wealth, that will likely rebound and then help fund your budget. If you have none, so which means, let's say you have a budget of 10 naira to spend, and you realize that you only have 7 naira. They say it is still all right if you can borrow 3% of your total budget. 3%. They say that is not good though, but just out of flexibility, you are still going to be all right. That's the ratio all over the world. Do you know what these criminals are doing? They are using something they call IMF debt ceiling. IMF and Africa, the same people who put the sheke into the hands of all your roguish. I mean, they put sheke in your and economic chains in the hands of many of you through your greedy, selfish African leaders. That parameter is that if you are borrowing money, and your GDP, gross domestic products, that is what you are producing within your country. If the borrowing ratio to your GDP is 30%, you are still fine. The ceiling is 50%. Okay, that is what is your GDP, the value of your entire economy and country. How much money are you borrowing against it? In 2015, the economy of Nigeria was rated as one of the fastest growing economies in the world. No joke, okay? And it was rebased and valued at over $500 billion. Nigeria debt back then was put at 13.5 trillion naira, 2015. When these rogues came in, the economy of Nigeria is now valued at under 400 billion naira. $billion, which means it has depreciated. You know it, of course. More people are jobless today. More people are poor today. What do you think that means? It means your economy is no longer what it was. It has shrunk beyond what some of you are calling spiritual attack. It's not spiritual. This is common sense, okay? So from 2015, the economy shrunk, but the borrowing increased. Now, somehow they did their quota system economy, and they said, with Nigeria now indebted to the tune of almost 77 trillion naira, over $130 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, according to them, with that IMF, they can still continue to borrow more. There's no problem. They are just 30% against their GDP. The GDP that has already shrunk, economy dwindle. You know what I'm saying? Your currency shattered. These are real life events. They are not abracadabra. Don't let anybody speak any useless grammar to you. This is it. But that's what they are saying. IMF said they can still borrow up to 50%. Exactly. You can even borrow up to 70%. And let everybody change their names to whoever your country is owing, according to them. But what they are not saying is that in this their 2023 budget, deficit is over 60 to 65%. Ridiculous. What is the Yoruba or Igbo for ridiculous? I can't really pin it right now. So if you have seen Shege in the hand of APC, this is the wrap up. You better brace up. It is not over. Are you with me? The real Shege is just about to now hook you from wherever he grab you, anywhere. You go scream. Don't worry. Somebody said that Mayegun, they told me that I have anger I have anger problem. That I have a lot of problem in my life that I have to go and see a psychologist. I should go and see somebody to do counseling for me, to teach me, to talk to me, to calm me and all of that. Baba, problem deo. I say, wait happen. You see, Baba, when I got to the office of my counselor, when I started sharing the story of my life, the kind of shege I have seen in my life, what Nigeria has done to me and what I have seen, what I have survived, my counselor started crying. We both started crying. At some point, now me call the counselor and say, bros, no worry, it's okay. It's okay, it go better. I'm a strong man. See, just be strong. Now, nobody knew who is a councillor here anymore. I said, that's Nigeria for you. The other guy who told me that they said, that one said that they said that he had a mental problem or something, right? And then they had to send him to a psychologist too. He said, this person is the best psychologist in Lagos. Like, it will calm you down. No problem when you get go talk to you. A lot of people are writing review and saying that this is the best. See, if you have any issue, if you're looking for somebody to talk to who can listen to you, no matter the issue, call this number. My guy reached the office, where he no reach 10 minutes. Him and the therapist, they don't exchange blow. I said, who can't get anger problem here? Until therapists, they call police. Don't let me kill somebody in this office. It is Nigeria. Whatever anybody is going through that you are hiding, whatever you are keeping to yourself and pretending, listen to me. The type of a shege that they are cooking for you, or is more than what you have experienced, though. It can't be like a package of all the shages of 8 years, of 7 years, all bundled into just a 6 months. You better brace up. This particular economy one, even those who say they are running to be your presidents, if all of them look at what Buhari and APC have done, honestly speaking, in all sincerity, they will say, I don't think this is possible. Whatever I've told you before, scratch everything. Tear them up. I know they do again. If they want to be sincere with you. But it is Nigeria. Sure, you know. They are still spending billions to come and tell you that they are going to build you road, build you school, build you this or that. Meanwhile, they are increasing the generation from generation to generation of poor people who are going to pay debt all their lives. A lot of us, a lot of this debt, they are for 100 years. Some of them are for 80 years, 40 years. Baba, you go pay basic. You go suffer the poverty. Your children will face the same thing. And listen to me, nobody's how they wish you evil. That's how it works. This is it. So at the end of the day, maybe somebody will come and say, let us go and start begging the whole world to forgive us our debt again. You know, rinse, wash, rinse, and then dry. Wash, rinse, and dry. Do the same thing again and again. The symptom of madness. I don't think I would love my generation to experience this again. That's why you have to do what you can to make sure that maybe your own children will never have to face this. Because as it is, it no matter whether you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, you are a Babalawo, Mamalao, Uncle Lao, Brother Lao, whatever you are. You are a Northerner or a Southerner. You are a Easterner or a Westerner. Are you with me? Or you are a Centraner or wherever they place you, you go touch everybody. And that's why I remember this guy.
You don't cast. Last. Everybody go shop breakfast.
That's exactly the word. He don't cast. Out of the whole budget that they are putting together, ladies and gentlemen, more than 75. In fact, what am I saying? What is the budget? What is total now? 21.8 trillion. Abi? Out of the whole thing, now only 5.5 trillion they have budgeted for infrastructural development. That is not because they have the money for it. They have pegged that to where they are going to go and borrow the money from. But they have budgeted for every other thing. How they are going to all walk away in their FT bags and all of that. We'll get back to that. So, Kolu, according to those who saw what happened in Kano yesterday, they said, that thing cost money. To host that kind of thing, you will get like $1 billion. And I only call you Duamo. I think that was why immediately after Kano, job done, they moved down to Edo, where the drama of today, or the circus of today, or the show off of today happened. Also, I have an update for you on the G5, where the wicked, the loudest, was in Ibadan today. Ladies and gentlemen, where the wicked couldn't say that people should not vote Atiku. Drama day, just wait. I'll be back. Kolu in Benin. In Benin yesterday, last night. Welcome by Oshiomhole.
Hello guys, this is Benin City. As you can see, the deputy director of APC, of the Tinubu Chetima campaign organization committee, Oshiomhole had just led dignitaries, members of APC to receive Suwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Benin City, as what's happening presently. Yeah. Share the broadcast, 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 share the broadcast. Guys, coming down, Oshiomhole going up the PJ to meet up with Suwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is still inside the Minister of Budget, Chief Clem Agba, right here at the airport. That's the DG also here with us, coordinator rather. So we have a lot of persons here present to receive them. Okay, that's the chairman of the yes, that's the Jagaban of the universe. That's the Jagaban of the universe. Being received by Comrade Adams Aliu Oshiomhole. Welcome to Edo State. Yeah, the Jagaban have been a little Oshiomhole. Welcome to Edo State, Asuwaju of the universe. Welcome to Edo State,
Asuwaju of the universe. So now let's go to Edo proper. What happened in Edo today? Including what did Kolu say in Edo today? Some people have been having the bit by bit of what happened. You can have access to the full, to the full content of what really happened there if you will relax. But first, let's look at let's look out for the usual drama. Prum, 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 prum. And here is another one. So it was Oshiomhole's big day. He is a former governor of Edo State. And because of him, the last election of Obaseki, they told Tinubu and Oshiomhole that Edo was not Lagos. So this is Tinubu back and Oshiomhole in his own element. And you know that no matter what happened, if Oshiomhole doesn't do his usual, I don't think the scene is going to be complete like this.
Somebody say Oshotita. Oshotita. Say Oshokwaho. Oshokwaho. Say Oshokwe. Oshokwe. Oshokwikwikwin. Oshokwikwikwin. Oshiomhole. Nimayaya. Make some noise. Kednawa. Kedede. Kipiaka. Kasani Bama. Asuwaju Nigeria Kiye Webo Asuwaju Nigeria Kiye Webo Tinubu, Nigeria, here we go. Ketiama with Chagabano, Nigeria, here we go.
I told you, it's a circus. You haven't seen anything yet. Just relax as we get, as we are getting into it step by step. Then I think at some point there was a prayer session in the name of.
One man make Oshiomhole president today. One man make Oshiomhole president today. Yahweh, your name is Yahweh. You are the miracle working God. Your name is Yahweh. Father, we glorify your name, we worship you. We thank you, O God, for the safe arrival of our presidential candidates, your son and the man who has done well for our country, Nigeria. His Excellency, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Lord, we thank you for his life. We thank you for the life of his deputy and those who have come with him. Lord, we are asking you today that in these forthcoming elections, you will give him victory. You will give APC victory. In the presidential election, Lord, you will give us victory. In the territorial election, Lord, you will give us victory. In the House of Reps election, you will give us victory. In the House of Assembly, you will give us victory. You will keep our presidential candidate in good health. You will satisfy him with long life. No evil will befall him. And Lord, you will use him to better Nigeria. You will use him to.
Amen. 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 Some of those things that they don't actually believe in. You get what I mean? Then Oshiomhole. I don't know which one should come first if you really want to laugh. Or because they are mostly lies, okay? Oshiomhole spoke, but as usual, I think you should listen to the first part where Oshiomhole was talking, okay? And then we'll go and pick on what Kolu told them in Benin today.
2 is important for Nigeria as it is important for Africa and indeed the free world. There are several applicants for the job, but most commentators says we have mostly three main candidates. So I'm going to limit myself to these 3. But before I go to the other ones, I want us to reflect on our recent history. Our candidate today, distinguished Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban. Okay. They are the ones who, upon military overthrow of our democracy, he provided leadership to fight along with others that nations must be governed democratically. He walked on footpaths when listening. Young people, coolie temper. Everybody, my women, my elders, evil comrades, all of us. Thank you. No more. No. I want you to go home with a message. You must tell your mom why he has to vote for Asiwaju. You must tell your dad why we need to speak through the issues. Today, we support Asiwaju because, first and foremost, he believed in the unity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was one of those elected along with 35 others as governors in 1999. And he governed Lagos State, a state that even President Obasanjo was described as a jungle, is in print. He transformed that jungle now to a model city, a state that was notorious for area boys. Our candidate as governor of Lagos transformed area boys to area workers. All those bridges where you have robbers and other miscreants sleeping in the night, they are today gardens in Lagos. Is it not true? Sir, as governor of Edo State, we decided we are going to put our Lagos house on sale because the Atlantic Ocean was threatening to take over Victoria Island. The man who is contesting and whom we support, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, says no, it is primitive to use borders the way the military governments were doing, and said we will take the battle back to the Atlantic. Today, if you have been to Lagos, go through Eco Hotel, Eco Signature, you will see how, courtesy of his vision, commitment, courage, the can-do spirit, Asiwaju fought the Atlantic Ocean, and today we have what in that part of Nigeria is called Eco Atlantic.
The man that fought Atlantic Ocean. I think we should just go and listen to Kolu. Kolu will give us more content than this Oshiomhole liar, Oshiomhole liar. I don't know, like, why do, like, have you asked yourself, like, why do old people lie? And then they will say, don't ever say old people are lying. Don't ever say an old man is lying. Why do the old people lie? Okay. I think I should just go and listen to Kolu a bit. Don't mind me, This one may be a little bit boring. I just don't want you to take it too serious. If you listen to Tinubu talking when he's not reading from what they have written for him, if he's just speaking from his demented mind, he's a huge cracker. Honestly, he's a big cracker. You will sit down there, but the problem is some of you, when you are listening to them, you kind of want to be taking them serious. In the process, you get lost, confused, and then angry, and then it became so boring. This particular one is not so boring. No, just listen. Lies plus empty talk, as well as demented. Here you get as usual talk. Kolu, right there, or should I say? Yeah. Let's go to Kolu.
To give them the opportunity to learn more in the computerization of our business in Lagos State then. Obasanjo, instead of expansion, he wants contraction. He stopped it. Seized our local government money, our salaries. What The level of wickedness is that if I take all the money you work for in 30 days, out of it you have bought milk and credit, even maybe granola self, Gary too, and the woman where they sell barley, and they expect you to pay her. Obasanjo take the money and seize them. Will you call that person a good man or a wicked man? Say it again. So, if he say he endorsed somebody for you, no be poison he won't give you. That one I put for a break for that. I brought the electricity company all the way from America. Pay for the studies. And unnecessary little fundamental things before you put on sewing machine before you start sewing the clothes. Obasanjo see her. You know if you tell me say he dey jealous, he has no brain.
Like Fela said.
I say, Papa, this thing is about time now. I'm a city boy from Lagos.
City boy!
It is time to eliminate darkness. Even this telephone you own, it they get a small little torchlight. Baba, before you can create job, we need the electricity. And let's stop them. He took our money and started punishing us by deduction. Every month, we go back home. I look at him one day as I laugh. I say, Baba, what you have done is gear me into action of brain development and mind game. And I'll play it, I will pass you. Then I started redesigning the revenue opportunity for Lagos. Employ several youths. Make them tax experts. Teach them the software of Oracle. From there, block all the loopholes. The money he was spending for salary for 3 months became equivalent for only 1 month. The one we spent for 6 months become less than 1 year. The money is still surplus in the bank. Okay. I taught them. Ever since he became enemy of electricity, they spent $16 billion and they don't fit generate electricity for popcorn. They share the company. They say one generation, the other one distribution, the other one transmission. Not all any of the mission is possible. Estimated billing possible. Stealing your money, picking your pocket. Can that man recommend a leader for you in Nigeria? Is that not sending an agent to pick your pocket? A blind leading the blind. I'm sorry.
I am sorry. Do you hear that? You will think APC, Egbekegbe, is not the one in power right now. And then you ask them, how much of the electricity have they generated now? How much have they been transmitting? And how much of the jobs have they created for you now? But guess what? I told you it's a circus show. It's funnier. Tinubu is funnier when he's not reading the scripts they give him. Okay? So that is why he said, popcorn, agbado, anything that he could come on Gary and everything that comes to his head, right, is what he says. It doesn't matter if he's incoherent. I couldn't make anything of what he's saying, even though I could have an idea of what he's trying to say. Most of them lies, and then half truth, and on like that, right? But again, it is just a mix of potpourri, or what is it called? But there is more. Where he was talking to them in Edo today, switch to this and switch to, well, hang on.
I'm sorry. I'm not insulting you.
Meanwhile, today was the day he responded by himself to Obasanjo that endorsed Obi. So some of you are listening to this, you could just feel like, okay, you would expect, as he was talking about the PDP there, Obasanjo and his failure, he should just be talking about the successes in replacement. Now that they have almost 8 years of APC. Egbekegbe, for example, I have been able to stop corruption. My company is not the one collecting revenue for Lagos state government and taking 30% of that money. It is not my company. I have indeed made extortion, pickpocketing, agberoism, and the rest of all those illegal stuff. I have made them legal by making those criminals, right, to have a state cover and take whatever they want to take. Now, I have done that in Lagos before. Before it wasn't like that. You get what I mean now? Oh, electricity is now being generated by Buhari that today, more and more. In fact, you have hit a mark of generating 100,000 and distributing 100,000. Something to balance it up. But like I said, you will be taking them too serious if you are expecting that much. It's a circus show. I hope you enjoy it more. Further.
I'm sorry. I'm not insulting you medically impaired people. Or it don't go well. They will end up in the ditch. If I talk about Obasanjo and Obi, you think they are human beings together put. One who don't know the way cannot show the way.
City boy!
You know, sometimes when you go play that Toronto ball, and you play too far from the house, and you know Mama, they sent you there before, and you meet this man, where is Okedo Street? Is there turn right, turn left? stand there and just branch. Because if he himself doesn't know that is Obasanjo who is endorsing Obi. He no road.
Follow person wey sabi road.
Yeah. I come to one of the most important subjects of today.
Yes, so.
Is Edo. 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 Say, prosperity don't come.
Yes.
APC, I come.
APC, I come.
Prosperity don't come.
Prosperity don't come.
Happiness don't come.
Happiness don't come.
Home is back in my home.
Hope is back in my home.
Knowledge is back in my community.
Knowledge is back in my community.
Prosperity is back in my city.
Prosperity is back in my city.
Prosperity is back in my state.
Prosperity is back in my state.
We have rubber. We have palm kernel. We have mineral under the ground. The way they stole self, they return them artifacts.
Yes.
But I disagree with those white people. After they don't spend the money, do exhibition, collect. Yeah. I support the Oba who say yes, heritage must come back. But I will. Oba is look by you. I will join hand with Oba to claim restitution. All the money they collected from this long time. If I become president, I tell them, bring money now. You don't collect money from this artifact. You now spend and ship glass to me alone. Put pound sterling. Support the Royal Museum. I will finance. I will contribute for it. The Royal Museum, I will contribute money to build it. But we go look back after we build them. You, Oyinbo, you don't collect money from this our artifact. Pay retribution. Not be your Baba maker. Our grandfather maker. You take up for exhibition so you don't tire. You come there, you want score point. You say you return them to where? No penny put on up. No one lie. Hey, Edo people! The great Edo! You see, I saw some of their governors. They commission market sheds. They celebrate. That is street light. All over you. They cannot even fight ordinary erosion. The first year that Oshiomhole came to this town, I was elected governor. We decided that, hey, flood and erosion. Bye-bye to flood. And we conquer the flood. Every year before then, hundreds of people were swept away.
I'm so sorry. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Tell me you are not laughing. I'm actually laughing. Look at, see my eyelid, it seems to be so red. See them. I've been laughing. Did you see where Kolu said, hello, Bamio? Did you see that part? I hope I'll be able to cut that part out and show you where Kolu, it was like yeah, hello, Bamio. Like the typical. I told you it's not a campaign, it's a circus show. Don't take it too serious, okay? If you think it's boring, I know why. It's because you are expecting him to say something reasonable. Abi? Something that you can easily say, okay, let me check if he's right about that. You are wasting your time. Honestly, I don't look out for anything, because even if he says something that sounds like it's making any sense, he himself no believe in it. So why are you wasting your time? Don't take them serious. Just laugh. Just imagine the characters that are going to want to become president of Nigeria. You proud Nigerian. Those are the characters. You can't do away with them. They are. He's talking about jargons, jagbajantis, bogbas. That's the fun part. That is the Kolu. That is what we paid to watch. If you are watching Kolu or listening to him because he's doing something, and you believe it, you believe that. They said the man that fought Ocean. And he turned to, I don't know, I think he turned to evangelist on that podium. Edo, hey. Edo, hey. I think they just pinched him like, Baba, you don't call this Edo like 1,000 times. Change him. Then he turned it into a prayer session. Oh yeah, say, happiness, I have come. Oh yeah, say, prosperity has come. Say, So, is that the campaign you are expecting? It's just a circus show. But when you see educated people, who are now arguing up and down, trying to make sense of whatever Kolu says, and some of you also believe them, theater, they're going to turn around. No be so Buhari was. Was that not Buhari style too? Were people not interpreting for Buhari? Were people not explaining to you what Buhari meant whenever he says something? When it was time for Buhari to now come and answer question himself, where is he? If you are taking this character serious or whatever they say, you are believing them. You can't come back later, can't say, this is why I don't like politicians. This is why I don't trust them. To survive where? Anyway, I've told you, me, I know they take them serious, so I just laugh behind the scene here, and I'm keeping it on record. Just all they are saying. Here is another part again. Kolu.
It is no time you get rid of him.
Yes! Yes!
I think I bother, but not allowing my poster people to stay. I know, but I go win election. I go need them flat. What they don't know is that their brain is in the desert. They don't rusty. They don't know how to think and perform. I know it. I did it in Lagos. And I will do it for Nigeria. Bridge boys under the bridge. They became workers. They became artisans. They are performing. Turn the place to a landscape. Somebody don't build shared market in Delta. If they walk about celebrating, say it don't achieve. I don't commission marketplace. No. Look at government who has do that.
City boy. Oh. Marketplace governor.
IRICs, multi-billion-dollar project.
Oh.
Turn the country to economic nerve center.
Oh.
Bring the economic hope to Edo State. Give the skill to the boys. Start credit lending for capital formation, small scale industries, for them to be able to be on their own and get rid of estimated billing.
Yes. Oh, Jagaba, we love you.
Hey, as I enjoy talking to you, so we can remain here tomorrow. But I have another people where they wait for me. I go beg for release. God bless you. God Almighty will bless you. God Almighty will bless Nigeria. Almighty Allah, we answer all our prayers. Make you rich. Make you what you want to be. We create jobs. We create hubs. We will turn this state to energy state. You say you return them to where? No penny put on up, no on a line. Hey, Edo people! The great Edo! You see, I saw some of their governors. They commission market sheds. They celebrate. That is street life.
Anyway, Kalu prayed for the people of Edo so that it will bring it will make Edo energy up, and then it will give job to the boys and the rest of them, and it was fun. There are some responses that I think you should also listen to. More lies and lies and lies, but at the same time, they are also good to have all this on record too. If you don't mind, before we go to another thing, okay? Like I told you, we have a long night, okay? This is still from Edo. That's for you. This is the one that stole, that is part of those who stole over 2 trillion naira from NDDC. The same guy that was accused of stealing over 100 billion naira from Akwa Ibom as a governor. And he was being tried by the EFCC for that until in 2018, he decided to join APC, and all his sins were forgiven, including the milking of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. The popular Honorable Minister, off your mic, you know him. He was there in Edo today, as usual, doing what they know how to do best, lying. And, well, marketing whatever their business is. I mean, marketing their business as usual, asking you to renew your slavery for them to leave.
Can you listen? We have a building in Lagos that they call ExxonMobil building, Mobil House. After Mobil House, we have what they call Marathon. Today, if you go there, the entirety of Morocco has been changed into a city. Today, if you go there, you'll see that Lagos is almost joining with Ekpe. The development you are seeing in Lagos is what is going to replicate in the whole of Nigeria. The empowerment you are seeing in Lagos is what is going to do in Nigeria. And I want to thank you, sir. There's something else that is happening in the southeast. Why people are coming to challenge you, they have not been able to fix even the southeast. Where do you think is the sanctuary of most of my in-laws? My wife is from Igbo land. Where do you think they are running to? Is it not Lagos State? Is it not Lagos State? If you did not bring peace to Lagos, would there be Lagos for the whole of Southeast to run to? Would there be Lagos for them to run to? They are running there because of you. We want you to bring that peace to the whole of Nigeria. It's not a day for me to talk. Mine is to thank all of you for your sacrifice, and then to bless you and to say Happy New Year to Edo. You have always been in the APC. Am I right? Even from the days of ACN, you have always been behind him. Is it not so? Is it not so? So what are you going to do in 2023? You are going to take back the government house in Edo to become APC. You are going to support him to maintain the presidency in Nigeria, to remain APC. You are going to vote all the APC candidates in Edo State. Is that not what you are going to do? Therefore, your coming here will not be in vain. My job now is to bless you. Are you ready for God's blessing? Because my name is God's will. And therefore I move with the grace of God Almighty. And I want to bless you. So now you listen and follow me. Amen. Can you tell so? Amen. Raise your hand if you are ready for it. Amen. Amen. President Tinubu will bless all of you. Amen. He will empower you. Amen. He will bring peace to Nigeria. Amen. 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 He will create employment opportunities. Amen. Not just for Edo State. Amen. For the whole of Nigeria. Amen. 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 God will bless you and keep you alive. Amen. You will not die young. Amen. With your voice you will benefit. Amen. 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 Thank you, and thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, before Honorable Abika Dabri brings to the microphone His Excellency, the Governor of Kano State, His Excellency Honorable Ganduje, we have two more speakers to give us a goodwill message, and thereafter we'll bring His Excellency, the Governor of Kano State, and we invite the big masquerade. We will invite the National Women Leader of APC, Dr. Betta Eden. Please be brief.
Women, oh yeah! Our presidential candidate and the incoming president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, no other than the powerful, they no say, great day. It be like great bye. Great bye. Asiwaju no be there. Asiwaju no be there. We greet you, our presidential candidate. Nigerian women, Nigerian youth, we are here in Edo and we are here in South. I bring you greetings from the national chairman of the APC, and he has said, Senator Ablai Adamu, that I should greet all of you and I should thank you for your support to the party AP.
Betty, Omolomo, sharp girl.